took a broken man like myself and it put me back together. It gave me a purpose.
I started getting on my knees every morning, asking for help. You know, getting on my knees, thanking them for a day of sobriety.
Gavin House was amazing for me. It was the best thing I ever did.
And I think there's a spirit here in this house that when you walk in, you just feel peace and serenity, at least for somebody in recovery. You know that good things are happening here.
When you walk through the doors here, you're going to get all the support you need in our programs. But there's expectations as well. And those expectations are that you begin to work on the various issues and the fences that you've broken on your way here.
I relapsed after like almost 5 years sobriety, and 4 years later came to Gavin House as a resident.
I had been to jail, 3 good times in my life, for fairly good amounts, more than a year. I was taken away from my family because of, not knowing how to live life.
I went down and talked to the president of our union, who's sober 37 years, and he asked me 2 questions. Have you had enough, and what are you willing to do? And at that point, I was willing to do anything. I was sleeping on my father's 5-foot couch for the last 2 years, and I was looking for something different. So he suggested that I go into long-term residential treatment. He got me an interview here at the Gavin House, and the experience has changed my life.
When someone's sitting there struggling, I know what they're going through. If you've been through this house, you know what the guy's going through who's here now. You've been there.
They institute the steps and the 12 steps of recovery into the gentlemen's lives. And for us that are in Alcoholics Anonymous, we know that that's the foundation we have to get us to go forward.
James Gavin was a parole officer who had to put people back in jail because of their alcoholism. He clearly saw that if we treat these people, then we can save society, but more importantly, help the man. And so he started Gavin House.
Jim was in recovery and he was trying to help others, and that's the philosophy still to this day of the house. He lived here with his wife and his kids.
Unfortunately, Jim Gavin didn't last. He passed away 2 years later. And his brother Pat Gavin took over the Gavin House.
The Gavin House philosophy is always to have an open door policy. After people graduate, they come back, they can eat, they have alumni groups. They try to keep people continuously involved in the house and in their own recovery. The objective is to get people to get back into society and be productive.
A tradition here at Gavin House is when you get employed and you get a full-time job or you're enrolled in a training program, you get a key. You get a key to the front door, and that's your key forever.
We have a philosophy around here that you got to give this thing away to keep it. So that's kind of the philosophy of Gavin House. Gavin House, you'll see, is all built on alumni. And each person comes back and gives to the newer guy. The whole place is built like that.
I have a key to the front door. I'm welcome to come back and help at any time. They love you to do that. As I said, that helps out other people that are here.
They receive something, they got something, and they know that they got to give it back. And they proudly say it and do it.
It's about making them feel welcome. It's about making them feel part of. And that all goes to our mission, the restoration of dignity. It's done through family, employment, being part of something.
I walked into the Gavin House, I walked up the stairs, and there was a guy out there and he's angry. And I could just tell by looking at him, being angry. And I was watching 2 guys that were in the house with him. One was next to him and one was behind him, and they were talking through his anger. And I just thought that that's what makes the Gavin House special.
Unbelievable opportunity to take 6 months out of your life and just focus on where you've been in life and where you'd like to go. And if one man can do it, any man can.
I take care of myself pretty good today. I'm healthy from this house. The house made me healthy. I'm a good person. I can help family.
God opened the door, and I just walked through, and it's been a rewarding experience. I couldn't ask for anything better than what I received today. It's a gift.
A lot of other things have come back to me in my sobriety. You know, I'm living back with my wife now. I have 2 children that I helped put through college. They're doing wonderful. I'm living a life that I only dreamed of before, you know, and it's all due to coming through this house, getting sober, staying active in the program, and helping others.
It allowed me to grow as a human being like I always wanted to, without the use and abuse of alcohol or drugs.
What this house teaches us, and all of Gavin Foundation's programs teach it, is to stay plugged in. You built the foundation, don't run away from it.
We're trying to make a difference. You know, that's the bottom line.
And I love the sign inside the front door, you know, there are no strangers here. There are only friends you haven't met yet, you know, and that's so true of the Gavin House.